5 a.m.
And I'm Kalina Estrinos, and here are some of the major headlines we're following.
How much tragedy can one family endure?
A long road to recovery and another major setback. We have more on the accident involving a firefighting cadet.
I truly do believe that we prevented another assassination attempt.
Also, a man found with multiple guns trying to get into a SoCal rally for former President Trump. Why he says law enforcement is getting it all wrong.
This one, game one-sided.
We got the text from Amber on this one. The Dodgers get another big win, how they're keeping momentum, going on a run to the World Series. And also, Amber reminded us to wear blue today, so that's why we're all in blue, supporting the Dodgers.
All have our blue.
Yeah, and it's an early game today.
What a game, though. That's exciting.
Yeah, so, I mean, they crushed them.
I know.
They
I kind of
did.
stopped watching after a little bit because I was like, oh, we kind of got this in the bag. We're good to go.
So hopefully they just continue that momentum.
I love the spirit, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it feels good. We just need our Randy's Donuts.
Oh, you know what? That sounds delicious.
Doesn't that sound great on a Monday?
Yeah.
Especially on this Monday, yes.
And you know what? You guys are going to like the forecast because it finally feels like fall.
There you go. I know a lot of people doing like pumpkin patches and doing all those fun things.
We did that this weekend. We took my son over to a little pumpkin patch, but it wasn't like the official, you know, it's like not a real farm. It was just the one in a shopping lot, parking lot. But hey, he has no idea. He has no reference to what it's supposed to look like. So we got the pumpkin pictures, and that's all that matters. All right, but it definitely feels a little bit more fall-like because we're looking at the clouds this morning, a little bit patchy, and then our temperatures are just going to continue to drop. So here's a quick look at our next weather sky cam looking at downtown LA. It's not quite as foggy as what we saw last week, but we definitely do have the clouds filtering inland. So we're waking up to some patchy low clouds and fog this morning. You can see where the visibility sits right now, up to about 6 miles for Bellflower, 6 for downtown LA. And then here's a look at the highs. Once we head into the afternoon and the clouds start to clear a little bit for the coast, we're looking at upper 60s. We're talking below average for LA and Orange County, mid 70s, and then we have some 80s as you head inland. Well, coming up in my next weather forecast, I'll tell you about our chance of drizzle headed our way. Back to you.
All right, Amber, thank you. Let's get you out the door right now to talk about the SIG alert on the 10 West at Indian Hill. This is a crash, and we have all lanes closed. Now, cars are getting by over on the shoulder, but that doesn't count as a main lane, right? So all lanes are still closed off. You can, though, take the 210 as an alternate route. You can take the 60 as another option for you. Also, Arrow Highway or Holt Avenue will all help you around this full freeway closure again on the 10. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'll let you know as soon as it clears up. That's what's happening now. This is what it looks like in the Caltrans camera. You can see it is stopped. It almost looked like it was frozen for a second, but no, traffic is stopped here because of that crash. I want to give you an overall look at the rest of the Inland Empire. Orange County, LA, you're pretty quiet, but I'll have more coming up in just a bit.
And we do have some breaking news we want to tell you about this morning. There's a house fire in Winnetka. I mean, take a look. You can see just how big the flames and smoke are. We do believe, according to authorities, that arson is a potential. This happened around 1 a.m. near Parthenia Street and Winnetka Avenue. Firefighters arrived to find an abandoned single-story home engulfed in flames. It took about 30 minutes to extinguish it. No injuries were reported, and officials say the home was destroyed. The cause remains under investigation. Well, a young cadet with the Orange County Fire Authority is fighting for his life after being hit by a suspected drunk driver. 21-year-old Christian Bedoya had just returned to the department as a cadet following a 5-year battle with cancer. Well, now he's back in the hospital in the ICU with multiple injuries after a drunk driver crashed into him Tuesday in Laguna Niguel.
How much tragedy can one family endure? Time and time again, we see these types of incidents, and you realize how truly unnecessary they are when people make poor decisions.
And the driver was arrested. Bedoya was in the car with a friend. That person actually walked away with minor injuries. The department and family are now raising money for his medical expenses.
An unregistered vehicle with fake license plate and loaded firearms. If you're asking me right now, I probably did have deputies that prevented the third assassination attempt.
Concerning items including loaded guns found inside the car of a man trying to get into former President Trump's campaign rally in Coachella over the weekend.
Yeah, the Las Vegas man claims he was a journalist. He was arrested for having guns, but has since been released on bail. Kcal
News reporter Lauren Posen reports that the suspect says this was all a mistake.
We spoke with the man deputies arrested, Vem Miller, and he says they've got it all wrong. He's got the evidence and that the sheriff's department here has made a big mistake. Now, the sheriff says that Miller told his deputies that he was a journalist and he had credentials to go to